pulling off the spout welds on the Course Sport off of the white car, Mark's previous chassis. Now we're gonna get ready to do a little bit of framework on this one. The frame rail is bent after the subframe. This one is out of whack. When I got squished, hit in this corner, it bowed this section out a 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna have to bring that in, but to bring that in, I'm gonna have to make sure that the passenger frame rail is sitting square with the subframe points. And after that, we're gonna cut out a section of this frame rail right about here after we already pull it in. And we'll replace that with a section of Mark's white chassis. And hopefully we can get it all sitting like the OEM. That's the plan. This would be actually a pretty simple fix if I did a tubed front end, but we're kind of into OEM spec cars. Yeah, let's get cracking. Let's go. I cut it off after the firewall so that everything will still be like tied together, because I'm assuming once I remove this, the frame rails are gonna kind of spring out and stuff. So we took measurements of everything, wrote it all down, and took pictures and whatnot, and we're gonna apply that all to the other shell before we put on the front end. Alright, so we just sprayed down some weldable primer. We put in all the areas that are gonna get welded on and that I won't be able to get into after. So yeah, ready to weld this piece into there, and let's get cracking.
What a blissful peace she brings for me, but I'll be on my way. Just let me hold hands, we'll like it butterflies.
Right now I just put the Course Sport on with the fenders, and I'm making sure that my gap spin frame rails are wrong. So I can put this guy in, just have them sit absolutely correct, height-wise and stuff. I'm gonna tack that in a few spots, just the frame rail, and then I'll remove this, put the hood on, and make sure that I can get the gaps aligned and the hood closing properly before I start actually welding this Course Sport in. So I'm gonna go tack that in right now.
No touch, eyes I'm loving.
We got the frame rail all tacked in. The Course Sport is sitting right now where it's supposed to sit. We got the gaps on the hood really good. Don't mind the low spots. Like the low spots are exactly the same on both sides. The rubber bushings, they're really old and squished. So we'll get new ones there, and that'll fix the low spot here in the center. Other than that, the gaps are Well, they're literally OEM, which is... And aside from that, I mean, it's sitting with the power brace in, fenders on, hood latched, and I am completely satisfied with how it fits. We're just gonna put on the headlights here in a couple minutes, just to make sure they fit with the blinkers fine. And other than that, I mean, I just gotta weld in the power brace and finish welding that little frame rail piece, and it's golden, ready for engine bay paint after prep. So now that everything is welded up, we're gonna start grinding here. But before we start grinding, we're gonna go stop by the store and get some belt sander sandpaper. And then Industrial Finishes is right down the road, so we're gonna go pick up a pint of base coat, and we'll be spraying this tomorrow.
Alright, we got a few sheets of 220, some masking plastic, masking tape, some black spray paint, these belts for the little air sander, and a few other things. So besides all these little things, we also picked out the color for the engine bay. I think it would look pretty cool if the color we chose to go with on the S14. I'm excited to show you guys. Ruvim and me are going to go sand down these spot welds and these other welds on the engine bay and hopefully get it prepped for paint tomorrow. Alright, so Ruvim just finished cleaning up the spot welds in the engine bay. So now that that's done, we can start removing all the little lines that Ruvim didn't fully remove and hammer out the wheel wells. So this is what we're working with right now. These are, I guess these haven't been banged out at all yet. So this is just normal stock arches. So they don't have any like bulging over here, which is usually where you hammer them out. So Ruvim's gonna start banging these out for clearance. And while he's doing that, I'm gonna start sanding down the engine bay and getting it ready for paint tomorrow. So that's pretty much what's happening right now. I'm gonna start sanding and we will start hammering. Alright, so pretty much the whole engine bay is sanded. There's still quite a bit of spots left. I'd say it's about 75% sanded. I need to head over to an auto parts store and get seam sealer for tomorrow. That way we can spray this thing. I'm gonna head out and I'll see you guys next one. Look at that. Tell me where it's welded. Yeah, take it.